I'd like to start doing a reading of the 254 Confidence book by Evan Carmichael every day or two if I, keep persistent and motivated with this. Um, the book, the author talks about how it takes anywhere from, I think it's 21 days up to 254 days to develop a habit, which is why he went with the highest of the length of time. And you're supposed to read a passage a day, so I figured I'd share it with you guys so you could maybe get some value out of this and not just me get something out of it. So if you find something interesting out of this, please feel free to comment down below, or if you find it interesting, hit the like button. So day one is a passage from Tony Robbins. All of us have an identity for ourselves, a way of defining ourselves. Human beings don't usually stray far from that. So if you consider yourself to be a conservative person or a shy person, I know the ways you move. I know the facial expressions, the gestures, the way you use your body. That's all consistent with the fact that our strongest drive as human beings is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. The fastest thing we can do to change your experience would be to erase. The minute you go, I'm shy, go, erase. That's a BS story. BS meaning belief system. Now, that's just a story, and if you tell yourself a story long enough, you start to believe it. Once you believe it, you act like it. When you keep calling yourself shy, you believe it. Up until this moment, do something that's completely outside what you would normally do. Become someone else. Decide who's the most playful, passionate, outrageous, fun person you know and behave like them for 2 or 3 days. Just push yourself to behave like that. And here's what happened. It'll be shocking. It'll be weird. It'll be different. You'll feel uncomfortable, but after a while, you'll get reinforced. It's like if you get a nice haircut, you make a change in the way you look. People will compliment you. You'll get some compliments, and those compliments will make you want to use other parts of yourself. So, beliefs kind of important as far as defining who we are. So we should take a look at how we view ourselves. What are you using to define who you are? What are, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly? Sometimes we are unconscious of what we were telling ourselves or have allowed others to tell us. So, we should consider the environment we're creating, the inputs that are coming in, both from other people, and then as that filters through, the stuff we're telling ourselves. Each of these passages actually have a more of a action step type deal called Do This Today. And for day one, it's what parts of your identity would you like to erase and do over? What BS, belief system, story about yourself do you want to change? Write it down, then write down the name of someone you know. Doesn't have to be personally. Who you could behave like today. think like that person, then write down what happens. Did you change your outlook? So, if you are thinking and acting shy, as the example from the reading, who's more outgoing that you could start behaving like, if that's something you want to change. Or if you feel you have bad money habits because of a poor mindset, who's financially free, who's someone that's really wealthy that you could try to emulate. Obviously, you're not going to go from, owing money to millions in the bank overnight just by starting to think and act like someone, but it'll start, changing and shifting the way you do things, which will help you get different results. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing expecting different results. If you're poor and you keep doing the same thing, you're going to stay poor. But if you want to get wealthy, you start doing things other wealthy people are doing, and even though you might not have that instant gratification of overnight success, you will, over weeks and months, maybe even years, see the shift from debt to wealth. So hopefully you found some value in this, and keep checking back every so often. Maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already, and checking out some other videos for different topics that you also might like. Thanks, and have a good day.